everyone, it's Fantayzia. Welcome back to another Sims 4 discussion video talking about what you guys want to see in The Sims 4. So this one is going to be super podcast, chill, laid back vibes. We're just going to get cozy. So get yourself some coffee, hot cocoa, some tea, a blanket, a snack, and let's just talk about all the things we hope for 2025, or honestly anytime. I tell you guys to comment whatever you want to see at any point in time during The Sims 4. So of course, as always, you can comment down below what you want to see in this video too, and then I might do another video featuring your comment. If you plan on purchasing The Sims 4 Life and Death or any of The Sims 4 packs, you can use my code FANTAYZIA on the EA app or thesims.com. This does directly support me and my channel, so I really do appreciate those of you guys who use my code. So before we get into everything, let's do our comment of the day, and this one goes to Salty Llama. I thought this was fitting for this video. It says here, I kind of get the feeling we're going to get preteens for some reason. I don't know why, but I've gotten these feelings about content just before they're announced, but who knows? So I had to make your comment of the day. Thank you so much for commenting this. And it's weird because I get the same feelings and I'm just like, okay, I know I'm not psychic, but like, why does this keep happening? I will get so many people coming to old videos of mine being like, you predicted this. And I think a lot of us get these weird feelings when something's gonna drop. So I'm gonna take this comment as like a really positive sign that maybe we are really gonna see preteens for 2025. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the comments. So this one goes to Yonka, I think it is, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so I apologize. Honestly, the feature I want most is autosave. I don't understand why they didn't add a while ago. So I agree with this entirely. At this point in the game, I don't know why we wouldn't have autosave. Do you think they'll ever add that, you guys? Comment down below. I know there's mods for it, but when it comes to console players, they don't even have access to mods, and some people just don't want to use mods. Not to mention, the less mods the better. Having mods for things like autosave when I feel like that should just be there. I don't know. And you know, especially when it comes to a game like Life Simulation game, sometimes you're just playing and you forget to save. And the amount of progress you can make, the amount of things that can happen, and it's not the same. Well, okay, I will say, if you're playing a type of game where you have to go through different levels, that can be really frustrating if it crashes, but you can go through those levels again, and kind of the same thing happens, right? Like, you know, it's like a set level where you have to accomplish certain things. But with Sims, anything could happen in your game that might not happen again if it crashes. And yeah, like I've noticed sometimes when my game crashes, I'll try to play out the same day, but like certain pop-ups that happened, or like a Sim that showed up at my door, or a Sims that got into a fight, it's not happening again. You know, the game isn't set to have specific things happen, like it's just random and unexpected. So yeah, I really think they need an autosave feature for sure. And then if someone's building, what if you're just like all caught up in it and you forget to save? Do you know how frustrating that would be? That would be even more frustrating than losing gameplay, in my opinion. And I'm not even a builder. I'll build very periodically. That would just piss me off. I would just not even go back and rebuild it. So this next comment goes to Simtime Key. I so badly want a firefighter career. It was my favorite from The Sims 3. Being able to rescue our neighbors and Sims throughout the world from fires, earthquakes, or other disasters would be so engaging. I entirely agree with this. That would be so engaging. And you know, now that I think about it, in The Sims 3, the firefighter career was really fun. I kind of always forget about it. Even though it's like chaotic and you're trying to like save Sims from the fire, it is so engaging and you're so focused on that moment and saving the Sims and getting the fire out. We do really need that, and it sucks that with Get to Work they kind of went in a very different direction. I mean, they did that for a lot of the packs in The Sims 4, and I'm always just like, why? Not that I want a repeat of this previous games, but it's just sometimes you don't need to change things that were so great the first time around. And, you know, if they did get to work the way The Sims 3 Ambitions was, but obviously with, you know, the Sims 4 spark on it, like The Sims 4 is very different from The Sims 3. So it would still feel different if they did like a similar pattern with the careers. Yeah, they just, it was so different, and a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of that pack. I think a lot of people's favorite part of Get to Work is the doctor career. At least that's the only one that I really have any interest in touching, and I see a lot of people, you know, playing with that periodically, but usually with mods to make it a better experience. And now I'll use it a lot with the childbirth mod because it just, you know, allows me to use that part of Get to Work but in a much better way. And it's just, I don't know. The childbirth mod makes the hospital experience so realistic and feel so engaging. So this next comment goes to Little Wolf Simmer. I want genies, fairies, and I think it would be cool if they did like a gargoyles occult. So I never thought about adding gargoyles. That would be really interesting. I always mention how I think fairies is the last occult, unless they want to go further with it. But, you know, they have all the main occults they usually do besides fairies. So I would assume fairies is the last one, but then with their announcement of, you know, The Sims 4 still has many years to come and The Sims 5 isn't even in the works and, you know, all of that. Project Renee not being The Sims 5 and it's gonna coexist with The Sims 4. So The Sims 4 is gonna be releasing content when the Project Renee is already released and all that. I'm just like, maybe they will give us more stuff. I don't know how they would go about gargoyles though. Genies, I could see that happening. Would they do a whole pack for genies though, or would they kind of put them in something else? I feel like it'd be really cool if we got a pack that was like a whole magic world, like a big one. Tons of different occults are walking around everywhere in that world. I don't know. I'm like picturing something that's not like what we currently have. Like I know we get worlds a lot with the occults, like, you know, we got a world with werewolves, vampires, but more like this magical world. And there's like fairies flying around, gargoyles, genies walking around. What else? I don't even know. But just a world filled with all these like magical creatures walking around. Yeah, like, yeah. Magical creatures, I feel like is what I'm thinking of in my head. Like trolls. Oh my God. Imagine trolls walking around and oh my gosh, that would be really cute, honestly. So this next comment goes to Michelson's. I think there should be more base game jobs and interviews to see if you're fit for the job. Stuff like internships for high school students or university students. I think this adds a little more difficulty to the game and see if you can get the job. But it would also be really fun because in real life, you can't just apply and get it immediately. I would love to see an interview process, especially for teenagers. Oh my goodness, 100 times yes. Is there even a mod for that? I don't know. I know some people have come out with mods that are career-based where like for that specific job, you need to get approved and stuff, but I would love to see like a whole overhaul of all the jobs for base game. Cause yeah, you're right. You don't just get accepted to a job right off the bat in real life. You know, you got to do an interview. You have to apply. You have to wait for a phone call, you know, all the things. It's a whole process and you could always like opt out of it. A lot of things with The Sims 4, some people just want a job immediately and they don't want to go through that process. So maybe it's like a feature you can turn on and off. So if you want to just get that job immediately, you can do so, or maybe some sort of cheat. I don't know, but I think it would make a lot more sense and it doesn't need to take too long. Like maybe you apply because, you know, time goes fast in The Sims 4. So if you're like waiting around, you know, your Sims need money, their bills are due pretty quickly. So I wouldn't want it to drag on. But let's say your Sim applies to a job on their computer even at like 7 a.m. Maybe they're even going to hear something back, like get a phone call or an email by that evening or early morning the next day. But I think even hearing something back by that evening and then you can like schedule an interview and then you go to the interview the next day, just so it's like kind of fast paced. You find out if you get the job so you're not sitting there waiting around for your Sim to start making money. But yeah, especially for the teenagers, that would be awesome. So this next comment goes to Lauren Love Stories. As far as transportation goes, I just want to be able to say on my bills what type of transportation I'm using, a car or public transit or bike, etc. and pay for transportation with bills. I would love a pack that includes like train stations and bus stops and cars. I will be happy with just being able to actually pay for public transit. Yeah, see, like some players, they just want something simple, but they just want more realism there. Dude, the option to go take the bus or something, like it seems so silly to want that, but like when you think about it, it would feel so much better. Like wake up in the morning and like, you know, you gotta get ready for work, you don't have a car, you get on the bus. It's been proven like time and time again how much the little things matter with life simulation games. And I feel like, you know, not everyone will realize how much they matter until people make these comparison videos. And again, not to compare, but it honestly, you know, as much as I'm just like, okay, I get it. We shouldn't compare. At the same time, The Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4, they're going to be compared. They're like, you know, the same game, just like, it's like an evolution of the same game, right? And it should never be getting worse. It should be getting better. And so when people make these videos like comparing something like how The Sims would cook on the stove in The Sims 2, and then they'll show us a clip from The Sims 3 and then The Sims 4, and you can see how the detail has gotten less and less significant. You're like, wait a minute, what the heck went wrong here? You know, it's so crazy. Like, I need to go back and play The Sims 2 again. I do it periodically, and I think I definitely need to do that soon. So this next comment goes to Kaylee Songer. We need a middle school and preteens, and that's when they start to hit puberty, just like in high school years. Maybe daddy-daughter dance, first dance, maybe a first date depending on their parents, first kiss, first crush. It would add so much gameplay and it would help build your storyline. So yeah, I've talked about a lot of these things before, but I wanted to include this because yeah, like having your first dance, and it could be like the daddy-daughter dance, and then yeah, depending on the parents, maybe there's an option where the parents either let the preteens date or they don't. You know, every parent is different. I think there should be like different rules there and stuff. It really would help build the storyline and also kind of, you know, shape your preteen into who they're going to grow up to be as a teenager. This next comment goes to Blue Velvet. I want a maid active career so bad. And I love you too. I appreciate you. I always see your comments and I really do appreciate them. Yeah, a maid active career would be so nice, and that would actually make me really excited to clean Sims houses. I'm not gonna lie. That is what would get me excited to do laundry, to clean the floors. Maybe they could add more things to clean up, you know, like do the bed. It would be kind of cool if we could click on the bed and have an option to clean the bed sheets. Maybe you get to a Sims house and like everything is dirty in the bathroom. You gotta wipe everything down. Maybe you can mop the floors. I don't know. I love different careers where you can visit someone else's house and you have like a job to do. Yeah, I would really love this. This next comment goes to Claire. Get rid of the damn rabbit holes. I want to see my Sims graduate, participate in horse riding contests, and go into space. If you can create code for new worlds, you can create code for rabbit holes. Turn it into a pack or something. I feel like this would be more of like a base game update, but I don't know if it would ever happen in a pack, maybe, because yeah, I'm money hungry. But I have to agree with you, honestly. There is some things that I say I don't mind as rabbit holes, but it feels like they are making things rabbit holes that should be something we should be able to go and see. I want to see my Sims graduate. I really do. I want to go into a grocery store with my Sims and grocery shop. I want to go into the movie theater, you know? And yeah, like the horse riding thing, I want to go in there. I want to see what's going on. It just, I don't know. It ruins the immersion for things like that to just be a rabbit hole. I just think they sometimes do these important things as rabbit holes and I don't get it. Like, I don't know, we get excited and then it's just like, oh, this is super underwhelming. So this next comment goes to Neori, I think it is. I wish Discover Uni came with playable classes, like they kind of showed in the trailer. I love the pack we got, but I was really disappointed to figure out classes were rabbit holes. Yeah, this was like a huge disappointment for people. And then it's almost like they tried to redeem themselves with high school years by making it entirely playable. Did you guys notice that? Like, it's just weird that that came and we weren't even expecting a high school years pack. They usually don't do that. And then they did it and we could go in the school and stuff, but then that was a little bit underwhelming. Like, they could have done a lot more with it. I don't know where their head's at with those sort of things. They did it perfectly in The Sims 3, so I think that's also where I get confused. I really liked the classes in The Sims 3, and also, I think with The Sims 3, they would do the perfect balance. Some of the classes were rabbit holes, and then some of them we could go participate, and they were really fun. I remember when your Sim was going through, like, art school, one of the playable classes, the Sims would sit outside with their sketchbooks and everyone would be sitting outside together, and I think you had to like draw something in your surroundings, or I don't know, but I just remember loving the vibe of that so much. So yeah, I definitely wish there was some playable classes with Discover University. I think it would have made a world of a difference. This next comment goes to Emily Fraser. I feel like a dine out refresh would be really good if they listened to us, like having the option to have multiple menus for different parts of the day, having set times that the restaurant is open, having dishwashers or bussers, just having more realistic things that actual restaurants have. Even creating fast food places would be cool. Even just being able to have toddlers at restaurants would be good. Oh my god, that last part. Why do we not have booster seats for toddlers? I even think like if your infant can sit up, then they should be able to come too. And like people even bring their infants Like, I don't know. We need strollers. And the strollers need to be able to like be pushed right up against like the tables. I don't know. There's so many things where I'm just like, why is that not a thing? Why are our babies excluded from all these things? And like so many family outings, they just can't really participate in. And they just should be able to be there. Like, I don't know why there's no booster seats or something. And yeah, being able to have multiple menus depending on the time of day. And oh my God, don't even get me started on the fast food restaurants. That is something I've talked about forever. And I just hope it happens. But you guys, that is the last comment that I have for you all. Honestly, if I go back and look at all the videos of like what you guys want to see type of videos, there are still a lot of comments that I can save and do more on. So if you guys want me to do that, let me know. And of course, you can comment your comments down below here. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!